kumbaya, my lord. Saw a band of angels over the river Jordan. Yeah, we were equal. But here you go. Revelation 7:1. And after these things, I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth.
Right, north, east, west, and south. Right. Four angels: Gabriel, Michael, Uriel, and Raphael. Go ahead.
Holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea.
Right, and the winds today represent the nuclear destruction. World War III is breaking out. I'm pretty sure you can see that.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody sees it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's actually being done by the Most High. He's creating that for the freedom of the children of Israel. Go ahead.
Nor on any tree.
So the angels are stopping the winds, the destruction from coming on this earth until what? Go ahead.
And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God, Yahweh.
Right, that angel that's coming from the east is going to be Yahweh. That's the Messiah, who everybody ignorantly calls Jesus. The letter J never existed before the 1600s. So Jesus, that name is basically saying Hail Zeus. So they're praising Zeus, it's a pagan.
Right.
So the Lord's name in the Hebrew would be Yahweh, which is the way you say Joshua in Hebrew, which is He's the deliverer. Go ahead. That's the Lord's true name.
And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God Yahweh in their foreheads.
So he put this truth in their foreheads, right? That's when the Lord's going to destroy this place. He's about to set everything back right. This is really coming on the earth. You might be an Israelite too. It doesn't go about color. This is based on nationality and seed and promise. If you say if you look like a Caucasian or a Chinese person, you can look that way. That's just clay. But the promise is through the spirit of who that person is. Now the biblical Edomites today, that's the so-called Caucasian race. That's their biblical name, Esau, Edom. The Chinese would be Moab. The Japanese would be Ammon. The Africans would be Hamites. The Hawaiians and Samoans would be Japhet, and so on and so on to the 12 tribes of Israel too. So it's 18 nations on this earth, and the Lord only chose one. Go ahead. And when He put everything back in order, there's gonna be peace on the earth. There's gonna be righteousness. No more stealing, robbing, killing, homosexuality stuff. I'm keeping it kind of light.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000.
That's why you see all the destruction happening around the world right now, but it hasn't hit here yet, because the Lord is holding it back. So 144,000 men could be woken up to this truth. And once that happens, once each brother reaches each brother, the men, and He set up the government on this earth again through the Spirit, that's when He's gonna come destroy this place. And salvation is gonna happen for 144,000 men and 1/3 of the women and children that are from the Negro, Latino, Native Americans, some of the Irish, and some of the Italians. All right.
144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
That's right. And this one right here, this is, I think I go if you need to.
All right, this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanazar, the king of Assyria, led away captive.
Right. Yep. Salmanazar is just a way of saying a deity, but this was actually one of the kings of Assyria, all right, which would be an Asherite, one of the forefathers. Go ahead.
And he carried them over the waters, and so they came into another land.
Right. This is when the Native Americans came over here to this land. They came over here during the times of Assyria, so that was way back then, like the 600, 700 BC. All right, go ahead.
Verse 41. But they took this counsel amongst themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
Right. That's why you got something called the the Los Lunas Stone. It's in New Mexico today. Y'all should go see that sometime or look it up on YouTube, Google. It's called the Los Lunas Stone. The Mexicans put it there, right? And the Mexicans today are the tribe of Issachar from the children of Israel. And they wrote on this paleo stone, they wrote the 10 Commandments in Paleo Hebrew, Lashawan Kodash. And the word Lashawan Kodash means holy tongue. But that's something that the Lord given back to us to call on his name. All right, go ahead.
And the Bat Creek Stone.
And the Bat Creek Stone too. That's what the Seminole Indians.
Verse 42.
Yeah, because the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, we're the Israelites of the Bible. Go ahead.
That they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
Mm-hmm.
And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river.
Right. They took that long course around. We had it on the map. We had a little map, but you know, they took that long course around, coming down from under Assyria and Israel, and they came around and all the way to the Americas. And the Lord held back the springs. They held back the waves, and it took them that long because they had to make certain stops to get here. You know what I mean? You got to stop at ports. When you're on a boat like that, they didn't have ships like today. Go ahead.
Verse 44. For the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half. And the same region is called Arsareth.
Right. Arsareth today is America. All right. It just means far land. But if you gotta leave, I understand.
Yeah, we're gonna go, but
We-
thank you.
yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Anytime.
I was just curious. Thanks so much.
All
Verse
right, no problem
46.
at all. You have a good one.
Come on.
Then dwelt they there until the latter time. And now, when they shall begin to come, the highest shall stay the springs of the stream again,
Right.
that they might go through.
Even today, you got some of the Colombians and the Haitians. If you look up on Google, they already making their way back over there. All right. You even got some people with Ben Amin, which you ain't supposed to do, but some of the people already making their way back through them same courses that they came through. All right, go ahead. Trying to get back to Israel.
Therefore sawest thou the multitude with peace.
Mm-hmm.
That's
right.
That was it on that. Yeah, I had a precept about Gad.
I got a precept.
Good, bring it up.
This is Psalms
Get
chapter.
that. No, we live,
This
yo.
is Psalms chapter 147, verse 19. He showed his words unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any other nation.
Right. So no other nation on this earth is gonna be able to get this truth. You know what I mean? They couldn't get it. Y'all probably can get it because y'all look like Israelites. You know, I don't want to put the attention on y'all, but on your father's side, what's your nationality?
Irish.
There you go. A lot of the Irish today, right? You don't mind, right? A lot of the Irish today are from the tribe of Judah. All right? Because during the Byzantine Empire, a lot of the Negroes ruled that area. You had Lionheart the Conqueror. That was a black man. So a lot of the Irish are Israelites. Right? Literally from the tribe of Judah, which is the top tribe of the 12 tribes of Israel. That's why all this stuff happened to us, because at that time, the 12 tribes of Israel didn't listen to the Lord. And he said, I'm going to put you in captivity under a heathen nation. And the heathen nation today is the so-called Edomites, which are the so-called white people. All right? And he said in the end time, he's going to wake us up to who he is. The father's name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushua. All right? And that's the name we got to call on to be saved. You call on Jesus, that means hail Zeus. You saying praise Zeus. It's like, nah, that's pagan. You know what I mean?
Come.
So the Timucua Indians, they called them Timucua, which means the enemy. That's not their name. Their biblical name was Gadites, the tribe of Gad. All right. Somebody got that? Gad, the troops are overtaking.
I'm getting that right now.
Yeah.
God.
This
This
is
is Genesis.
I got a precept.
This is Genesis 49:19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last.
right. So that troop that overcame him, man, was the American Army, man. All right. So, but the Lord said at the end, the Gadites are going to win this war that's happening. You know about the pipeline that's happening right now. All that, they're going to win that. And you hear about the Black Lives Matter, all this stuff. The Lord is building and stirring up a race war. It's going to be a race war around the whole earth. Nobody's going to be able to stop it. And the only one that's going to make it out of that is the 144,000 men and 1/3 of the women and children that turn to the Lord now. He says, seek me early while I may be found. You know what I'm saying? Because in that time, they shall seek me, but shall not be able to find him. And he's a black man, according to Revelation 1:13. Did y'all know that? Let's read it. You want to hear it before y'all leave?
Revelation.
If you got to leave or anything? Let's get that. This is the image.
Revelation 1:13.
Yo, this is, you probably heard it. Yeah, you know.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man,
Shalom, Wade, what's up, Doc?
clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
Mm-hmm.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Right, the Lord had on a garment just like this, down to the foot, right? And he wore these fringes. That's why you seen a lot of the Native Americans, they have fringes.
Oh, yeah.
The fringes was from the Bible. They're biblical. The tassels, they represent the 613 laws that we're supposed to be keeping. And the blue, the border of blue, that represents the covenant between us and Yahushua. That's why people, you'll see these everywhere with certain people, you know what I mean? They wore these fringes. But it said that the Lord had a garment on, right? And he had white and woolly hair. So his top of his head was white and his beard was white. All right, go ahead. White and
His
woolly.
head and his hairs were white like wool,
That's right.
as white as snow.